sweet occasion. We're going to say a few words before the main attraction comes up. And what I was trying to figure out what to say, because I've known Lois for 24 years, and started out when we were working in the box office when you were trapped between Lois on one side and the most miserable, angry, mean woman in the world, who was Joyce's assistant at that time, on the other side. It was tough. But Lois was always there for us to entertain us. So here's what I came up with. There's 5 things that I know that are absolutely true about Lois Kaz, and I just want to throw those out there. I don't know any other individual who could browbeat Chicago liquor salesmen so relentlessly for so many years without being killed. Lois, your keys deserve their own office. Your love of the Cubs is both to be admired as well as pitied. I would like us to record your walkie-talkie conversations with the maintenance staff so that we can use them as ringtones. Seriously, we'd all buy them. And this, to me, is the biggest honor of your time at Second City, is that you are among only a handful of individuals in the history of Second City that can be used to ferret out if someone is really a Second City alumni or not with the simple words, imitate Lois to me. There's like 5, maybe 4. You're awesome, we're going to miss you.
So, some things we don't think about Lois is that she is a loving mother of 3, and that she's a loving grandmother of 3 beautiful grandchildren. And I've met her children, all of them, and they are wonderful, smart, fantastic people who go out and enrich the world. So there's a testimony to her work outside of Second City. She is our surrogate mother here. Just when we feel we're a little bit too big for our britches, she takes us down a notch. So, if you're feeling you're a tremendous success and having a great day and you nailed it, I urge you to call her at home and she will set you straight. She's been in a general state of irritation, aggravation, and general pissed-offedness for 40 years. And that is your fault. That is your fault. So you need to own that because apparently you're not too smart. And despite all that, she really cares about us, she really loves us, she really takes care of us. Every drink that you've had, every coffee that you've had, Lois has had in hand in bringing that into the building. And she has been the house manager in charge of building maintenance. She has been the box office manager, so she has run every gamut of this building and contributed to it. And I want to thank you, Lois, for making me look good as a general manager for so many years by bringing me everything that I needed without asking and supporting me, and for enriching all of us, because your work honors us. You honor Second City, and we have been lucky to have you, and I will miss you terribly, and we will still go out and have dinner and drinks, and thank you so much for your work at Second City. It's been really important. It's been really important. Ellen.
Hi.
Ellen and I used to be low seniority Monday night waitresses together.
I have a bunch to say. I'm Lois's daughter, Ellen. I first started coming to Second City in the mid-60s when my parents started working here. I was probably around 3. That was my bench. I'm not kidding. That and me and Joyce was right over there. I think we can all agree that my mom, our Lois Kaz, is an original, one of a kind. They don't make them like her anymore. You can count on her to be there to do the right thing. I don't care if it's in the middle of an earthquake while a hurricane is blowing and the building is on fire. She's honest, on time, and figuring out how to save you a buck while bricks are falling. Because that's her job. Because she does the right thing. That's just who she is. Can you imagine having her for your mom? No, how solid, how grounding that is. Someone who will be there for you no matter what. The sky could be falling, and she is there for me. My kids used to say, and this is a true, I'm not kidding, When Armageddon comes, it'll be the cockroaches and Lois Kaz. That is true. Back in the old days, in the 60s and 70s, this is just FYI, she had straight, thin, long, dark hair, sort of a cross between a Native American and an Egyptian princess hippie look. She was always very loving, motherly. She was very quiet and passive, soft-spoken, much as she is now, never raising her voice or expressing her opinion. What? What? In the '68 National Convention, Second City people would come over to our house after getting off work. My parents were the flower daddy and mama. Our house was a safe haven for the beaten and the accosted. Mom would clean up their wounds, fix them up, and get them something warm, you know, to eat or drink. Dad would, I don't know if you guys know Fred Kaz, he would transfix them with his brand of spiritual and intellectual verbal goulash, and a heaping helping of a certain herbal remedy that was very popular in that day. Mom would partake occasionally. One family friend actually painted with peanut butter on canvas back in the days. This is a true story. But I digress. Especially since Mom started managing here, building managing, I think was the first managing, no, house managing, I can't remember. Building managing? House managing was the first way she started managing. I've seen her blossom. I mean, it's the truth. Kids see parents blossom too, you know. Kids see parents blossom too. Yeah. She found and exercised skills, power, authority, talents, and her own voice. Friends, an extended family, a real community, like another home. But most importantly, a place and among people where she could work. So important for so long, and at important times in her life. Thank you, all of you, for supporting us, my children, who are now 19 and 20, and me. Recently, Mom was stable enough to let me stay in her great little one-bedroom when I had nowhere else to go. And I knew I was safe, totally, completely, without a doubt, grounded. And I know I have all of you to thank as well for supporting Mom so she could support me. It goes in ripples. I need to thank you with this opportunity for supporting me in that way. So thank you all for your support. But let's bring the focus back to Lois Kaz. I'd say if I had to narrow it down to 5 major things that my mother taught me over the years, they would be the following. Nobody but nobody is more important than anybody else. I don't care who you think you are. The toilet scrubber could be the next Einstein. So don't get your panties in a bunch over a limo and a bunch of hangers-on, photographers, awards, or big-time TV or movie contracts. Each person has equal dignity. Fame often doesn't last. Sometimes it's the worst thing that can happen to a person. And it certainly doesn't mean a person's shit don't stink. Nobody is more important than anybody else. My mother always hated lying. It makes people bitter and unhappy. Lying inevitably makes more trouble than the problem it's trying to conceal. It doesn't work. The truth is still true, just don't bother lying. 3, love is worth it. 4, be a good person. Do your best always, which may not be as good as you wish it would be, but if you always do the best you can always have pride and confidence and compassion in and for yourself. You can always count on yourself, and so can other people. Yeah? 5, enjoy life. Be a gypsy. Don't waste it. Laugh out loud. Cry if you have to, but for God's sake, live. Explore. Wonder. Experience. What a world we live in, full of wonders. Dive in. So, let us hold her to her own standards, shall we? By her own standards. Is there any question that Lois Kaz is, 1, truthful, straightforward, an honest person, and trustworthy? Yeah. Is she? Is she a person with love in her heart? Hell yeah. Is she a good person, always always doing her best? Is someone to be counted on? Is this woman a gypsy or what? And does any, who's the most famous person in the world, do you think? Who would you say is the most famous person? Huh? Doesn't matter. Okay, living.
Lois.
Does she think her shit don't stink? No, who's really the most famous person in the world? Like the Pope, I don't know. Who's Obama? The Pope?
Yeah.
Obama? Do you think that Lois Kaz thinks that Obama's shit don't stink? Okay, so, let's see. As measured by the 5 standards heretofore laid down on the stage by me, Ellen Kaz, as handed down and given to me by my mother, Lois Kaz, on this occasion of the celebration of her retirement from her longtime place of employment, the Second City, as agreed and decreed by y'all, I hereby declare Lois Kaz a success as a self-made person, one hell of a role model, and I'm sure glad there's no one person taking her job because she would be one tough act to follow. I think we're going to have a song.
Oh, okay. About a couple weeks ago, Lois had asked me to do a song. I was going to surprise her and write a song for her. But she ended up asking, so it wasn't a surprise anymore. So it gives me a pleasure to sing a song for you, Lois. And Lois has been like a second grandmother to me, mother as well to me. I moved to Chicago. 13 years telling me the ins and outs of Chicago. So the song is for you with the company to Betsy. We're gonna do this a cappella style because we got it like that. Ever since you shared the news that you were retiring, things have not been just the same. I'm listening for keys that jingle, counting my petty cash, savoring recipes that you shared with me. I remember the time you scolded a delivery driver, the time you corrected an intern and corrected me. And all the time you kept this place in tip-top shape. Lois will miss you. Lois, happy retirement. Lois, pick up your heels, travel to a new country. Lois, come bring on the time machine. Lois, I really love you. Lois, off the steamboat trip. Lois, L is for the love you gave. Lois, for opportunities made. Lois, for the inspiration. S is for the sun that smiled. Lois, your knack for doing things. Lois, in your own special way. Lois, is why I sing this song. Lois, on your retirement day. Lois, we want to let you know, Lois, that we love you so. Lois, and that you mean the world to us. Lois, 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 Lois. Everybody, Lois will miss you. Lois, we love you. Lois, have retirement. Lois, pick up your heels. Lois, travel to a new country. Lois, we love you. Lois, 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 Lois. L is for the love you gave. L is for the love you gave. O is for opportunity. Lois, Lois, Lois. I is for inspiration. S is for the sun that smiled. Lois, happy retirement. Oh, yes, that's hold, have a seat.
We're gonna go up there with you.
Oh, they've got something else we're going to do.
Wait, no.
say something just very briefly. Second City is a better place because of you, and I feel that I'm a better person because I know you, and I'm going to miss you, Terry. From Andrew in Second City. I think you might actually want to open that up.
Didn't I do this not too long ago? This could be nice.
I didn't wrap it.
Remember the other boxes? There was a box and a box and a box and a box. Oh, what was this? Now we got a box and a box. Yeah, but Tiffany. There's something in there, right? If I can get that. Come on.
It's a Tiffany charm bracelet with a single Tiffany key.
Thank you, thank you. Oh dear. I guess I have to say something. All right, I will say something. I don't know how I'll get through this. I wanted a podium, you know why? So you couldn't see my legs shaking, and I could really hold on to something. Anyway. I have spent all these years trying not to get on this stage. And now you've made me do it twice. Less than 1 year. Oh dear. And I brought my security blanket. Well, I did start here in 1968, and many of you were not even born. Think about it, or don't think about it. We didn't have computers, cell phones, credit cards, copier fax machines, voicemail. We didn't have BizCo, BoatCo, Training Center, AD, IT, Marketing, Media, Special Projects. We did have one touring company. And in 1985, Andrew came along. And how things have changed. We have to thank Andrew for taking us so far. And I can even use a computer. I want to thank Kelly. I want to thank Kelly and Andrew for the Lois Cash show. Kelly came to me and asked if he could name the show the Lois Cash show, and I said, sure, but why? I don't know, but I was honored. And when the reviews came out, it said, Lois Cass can do no wrong. You saw the review. And that's exactly what it said. So I had to to my children, of course. And you know what I got back? What I got back was, Mom, you've always been my hero. And is that not the most that you can have in a life? It's very, very special. And I've had so much more. This place, you know, is going to make me cry. This place and all you people are something special. And I wish for you to know it as I do. And thanks to Andrew who made it all possible. Allison, you may have been waitressing, but I remember when you were making sandwiches in the front bar with budding beef. Kelly, before box office, you were washing dishes, I know that. Deanna, where'd you go?
I'm over here.
13 years ago, you started in accounting. And look at you and all you people now. It's like raising children and watching them blossom because you have. And I must thank also my children, Ellen, and my two sons who are not here. They've supported me in all my decisions all through the years. And I must thank you for that. I must thank you, Paul. And I've got to say goodbye to you, but not really. But I got to say goodbye to my I may just take but I will see you at the Christmas party. And I'm going to take my flowers and